Shri Prakash Singh ji, Shri Sharma ji, Dr. Verma, distinguished guests. शर्मा जी अरविंद जी को बहुत सालों से जानते हैं. I have met him the first time today. I was wondering why he asked me to come and speak. In fact, I was trying to find out that which of his batchmates suggested to. तो मैंने कहा संजय सिन्हा साहब कर सकते हैं, को बहुत सारे लोग कर सकते हैं. But then I later today when he sent me the PDF, I discovered that his son is also named Rishi. So that I thought probably that is why he decided to call me here. But sir, Rishis have to live up to their name. It's a very difficult task. So you have been doing a lot of academic work and you have published books and articles and a lot of activity based on your academic training of mathematical modeling and many more such precise things, very structured things, and that is what your research has been. So this is a complete change for you, writing anecdotal stories about something which happened 30 years ago, but your way of presenting it is so lucid. You have been able to create and weave the ambience of, let us say, those days of Bihar or wherever parts, absolutely very, very simply. In fact, while reading, and I read very little of it actually, sir, because I got it just today morning. But the way you have been able to sort of draw a picture of the SP stamp office or the city, it's remarkable. And I'm sure you must have kept some notes otherwise to remember those things and bring it out with such easy simplicity is absolutely astounding to me. Sir, you have spoken about, in each story, you've spoken about an incident which has a lot of lessons as you have been speaking. When you talk of police as a problem solver, actually this is something which, and I have been speaking separately, I have been calling it as police is the crisis manager of the type or a conflict handler. In India there is no agency of any sort which addresses any conflict, be it a family dispute, be it a group dispute, anything. It is, or even a conflict between two departments, the police is just to go up and solve it. And nowhere in law, nowhere in CRPC has police been given this role of negotiating or trying to resolve this conflict. Each time the SHO calls up a young boy who's trying to stalk a girl of his neighborhood and gives him a slap and tells him, "Dobara beta karoge to main jail mein dal dunga." This actually, in today's law, would put him behind bars because he is duty bound to register an offence of 350 for CRPC, IPC. The moment he does that and the boy is arrested, every person in the neighborhood and the girl's family and the parents put pressure on the girl that because of you that boy's future is being spoiled, so let us withdraw this case. I have seen young girls committing suicide because there's so much of pressure. Even the parents turn back to the girls and say, "Tumhari wajah se ye hua hai." So this is a situation where a person is trying to solve a problem without actually going to the legal recourse. He is actually he's not entitled to anything that the police does to solve a problem. Is actually not lawful, and that is the most surprising thing. I mean, in so many years, we haven't been able to give police the process or the procedure, the lawful procedure to handle or resolve the conflict. So, be it, we've talked about COVID, be it the plague of Surat, where at the end of the third day, it was only the police personnel left there, be it the super cyclone in Odisha, be it the earthquake in Bhuj, it is the last man standing is always that ill-trained, poorly paid, much maligned police constable. He's still there. He's the obvious symbol of the government and actually the authority to which everybody looks up. That actually has been the role of police all these years while we have been working. So I think that is probably the point which is the key to your book. Acknowledge that the police actually solves problems, not one, but every single thing which comes across the government. And it's my experience that in every problem, the police is asked and told to give a solution. In fact, your book is entitled She Must Not Die, but there is another catchy phrase. The police shall not fail. The police will not fail. The police have to give a solution. If nothing else, then they have to be sacrificed as a scapegoat that you could not handle the situation. Therefore, you are to be punished. As I remember, one of the chief ministers once said, हम क्या कोई दरोगा है जो सस्पेंड कर दिए जाएंगे, which means that's only daroga who can be suspended. Suspended to save the government from some embarrassment, suspended for whatever thing he has done or not done to assuage the public expectations. Somebody has to pay the price, and invariably it has been the police which has been paying the price. As Prakash Singh sir said, that anything which is not good has been highlighted by the media. Sir, it's a amazing situation which has happened in these social media narrative times. Probably the role which police played in COVID pandemic, they have been playing all along. And in such big crises also, where police has stood up to all problems, but it has never been projected through the social media and the media so positively. And I think, the government wanted a positive projection to be made, and therefore all the resources were given to make that positive projection, and it worked very well. I remember in 2016 there was a Kumbh in Ujjain, not as big as the UP and Allahabad Kumbh. We trained and retrained the police people, or 20,000 or more people deployed. Entitlement, arrogance of our politicians and senior people takes precedence over everything else. Now this actually, the story of this democratic India is, law must be enforced, but must be enforced from the next man. I am exempt, I am above the law. And this is what is the general thing. पालन करो कानून का, but मेरे साथ मत करो, बाकी सबके साथ करो. Today, in a 6-lane highway, you have lived in US lot of lives. When do you see a person coming on a wrong side? Here, every single highway, you will see people driving down the wrong way, and not only people, cattle, and you name anything and everything you find there. Today, in my state of MP, every highway at the night time there are about, in every half a kilometer there are about 10 or 15 cows and buffaloes sitting. Where would they go in the rains? They would come and sit on the concrete highway, and you can't do anything. So, this is the problem. We don't want to resolve the issue. We continuously want to take it further. Probably Jain Sahab would recall there was a major economic policy initiative of the government, and the SHOs were directed with everything else, even the social media narratives could not work. The SHO was directed to go and make people understand that what this initiative means and what is the good going to come out of it. So at the end of the day, it is the SHO who has to solve every problem. People in Delhi and other places know that in the COVID second round in 21, April, March, May, Delhi hospitals are so overflowing, by Delhi everywhere. And the only person who could get a patient admitted was the SHO of that area. So that is the strength of police, but it does not get acknowledged. How do we go about doing that? That is this message which is emanating from your book, through which you are trying to make people understand that the police is doing such a lot of work, and you have either cleverly or otherwise, because of being an academician, thrown in a lot of scientific things in between, like the Newark experiment, the Kansas City experiment, which makes it an excellent read not only for seasoned police officers but for people who are going to become in the police as young officers. Also, probably something which could be in the form of stories taken to the constabulary and make them understand that, you see, this is how, in simple ways, we are able to solve problems and we should go ahead. Sir, I am grateful that you allowed me this privilege to speak about your book, and I am also thankful to Ramesh Sharma, who probably made you ask me to call me, so I came on the Vikram Bhopal. I am glad that I came. I could not only read the book, which otherwise I wouldn't have probably, and listen to Akash Singh sir, meet a lot of old friends. Thank you so much, sir, and may this book and several other books continue to guide the young police officers. Thank you, sir.
Rishi, your reputation is far, far wider than what you are really saying. So it's your reputation that actually attracted my son.